I'd like to give a lesson on telling the difference between a genuine Squire lock and Squire locks that aren't Squire locks, aren't manufactured by Squire. This is a real Squire lock. You can tell for several reasons. One is because of the unique rivets on here. They have star patterns on them. And for the type of Squire lock, this is a 770. They just use a 3-digit number for the size of their lock: 770, 660, 550, 440, 330, and 220 of this type of Old English lock. It says 4 brass levers and forged steel shackle, and that's the Squire logo in Old English. And another way you tell that it's real, it tells you on the back. It says H.Y. Squire and Sons, Woolen Hall, West Midlands, made in England, lockmakers since 1780. And usually these have the brass body and a steel shackle there. And the other way you tell is by the key. It's this type of skeleton type key. You can see through the lock there where the key goes in and comes out the other side, like that, and unlocks it just like with a normal lock. Now the other locks that look like Squire locks are these type of locks. They have the brass on them. They say 4 brass levers, genuine solid brass. It says Old English, but it doesn't have Squire on it. It has HMS. That's one of the things they stamp on it. Another one is Jared. That's another one. And they have their model number. They call it Admiralty, and they stamp a number on it. I think it's just an arbitrary number. This says 12 on it. This one has a 14 on it. This Jared has a number 2 on it, which I don't think means anything at all. And they also make one that says Squire on it, and it is not a Squire lock. You can tell by the rivets they're not starred, and you can also tell on the back it says Jason Morgan and Sons Limited, not H.Y. Squire. But they're putting Squire on it to make you think that you're getting a Squire lock, and you're not. And another way you tell is they usually have a brass shackle on it, like this, not a steel one, like the Squire. And the key. The key is a pipe key. And the lock has a post in it that the key goes into to unlock it. And Squire, at least on the modern ones, never had this type of key. You can find them in very, very old Squires, but I haven't seen one of those. So you do need to be careful. Plus these all say 4 levers, but in my experience of opening a lot of these up, they do not have 4 levers. They just have 3. Took this Jared apart so you can see the levers. And let me take this thing off. And there are the levers. And if you look sideways on here, you can only see 3. 1, 2, 3. There's no 4th lever on here. So you're really not getting a 4-lever lock. But These are real locks, and they do work like Squire lever locks and any other lever lock does, but they're just not genuine Squires, and they don't have 4 levers in them like they say they do, but they are real locks. You just have to be careful if you're buying these things, knowing what you're buying, that you're not buying a Squire lock, even though it says Squire on it like this one is. It's a fake or fantasy lock. In that respect, it's a real lock, but it's not a Squire lock. It's an imposter lock. And these go on the internet, on eBay, anywhere from like $45 to $100 for these reproductions. And these reproductions, I think, were all made in Asia from the same factory, and is sold worldwide as Squires or HMS or Jareds, and fooling a lot of people thinking they're buying a genuine Squire lock, and they're not buying one. I'm going to try and pick this one here. If I can find the right key for it. I got a lot of keys on here. Yep, that's the one. And this is a pipe key. Has a post in it, so it's not a real Squire, but it is a real lock. And it picks just like a real lock does. So we'll set the tension tool in here. I'll get the pick wire. Go in and try and pick the 3 levers that are in here, not 4. Let's see. Yep. Got that. That was quick and easy. Hard thing is getting the wire out. So I'm going to lock it back up by turning the tuning tool, and I can get the wire back out. So it is open. And let's see here. Yeah, I'll have to lock it and relock it because of the way I picked it. But it is a real lock. I mean, as long as you know that, you don't feel like you're getting cheated, just know what you're buying. Be careful with the Squires. Again, you got to make sure it is a legitimate Squire. Here they are side by side, look very much alike. This has the brass shackle, this has a steel shackle. And this says 770 on it. This one has a little 2 stamped on it. Both say Squire. This says Squire in a different face than that does. They both say 4 brass levers, genuine solid brass. This one says forged steel shackle. This one says genuine solid brass on it. And of course on the back, this is made by Squire. On the back of here, it says it's made by Jason Morgan and Sons. So be very careful. And thanks for watching, and I hope this helps anybody who's getting into the lever lock picking, and helps them not buy something that they think they're getting and they end up not getting what they want. So have a good evening.